Hello again, Steve here, and today I want to talk about the importance of learning something about illness and how that can help us. Now, if you like what I'm doing, please you visit me at innergenie.com where you'll find old blogs, you'll find my YouTube channel, you'll find a link to my books and other information about me. And if you're wondering why there's dogs barking in the background and birds chirping here, it's just because where I'm at, it's the land of the barking dogs, so for that, we'll have to put up with it. Anyways, illness. It's an interesting topic because a lot of times, well, do we ever want to be ill, mentally, physically, in any way? No, we don't, eh? But it's like a kind of like a fact of life. It's just like sort of like death is a part of life, in a way, in a weird way. But it's just part of the circle that we go through. But so is illness. Some of it we can prevent, some of it we can't. I guess is what we can say, right? So I looked it up. Where does this word come from? Well, there's not a lot of information that I could find in an etymology dictionary to explain where this word comes from, but it seems to be along the lines of Old Norse. Old Norse, where it is, and quote, "it is bad to me." It is bad to me. Well, but in its origin at the time, it was more along the lines of evilness, or like had a moral connotation to it. So you could say that somebody was morally ill or something like that. Whereas later on it became more of a physical, it would be more attached to a physical condition. And of course physical and probably mental. In some cases it's in our control, like there's in our controllables, and other times it's not, right? So mostly I guess what would interest us is the things that are in our control, because if we can avoid as much as possible being ill and learn from it, then we can grow, because that's kind of like, we don't want to die, we don't want to get ill. So the more we can push ourselves and keep the darkness away, the better off we can be. And we see a lot of this. This is an important conversation, I think, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but some are, because we see society, it's always in it always looks like a basic mess, pretty much. And these day and ages is no different. I mean, we see factions politically, just this schism just going deeper and deeper and deeper, pushing people to the far left and the far right. And, where the right, it seems like, and factions, the left, who are openly talking about civil war, and others, others who apparently used to claim themselves to be liberals, wanting to, and were the ones who were talking about freedom of speech back in the 60s or whatever, who are now openly talking about censorship. They want a lot of censorship. They want a lot of big corporations shutting people down. They want wars and all this sort of thing. So to me, this is a state of illness. It's a state of mass illness, a societal illness, right? And of course, just like within ourselves, in terms of the origin of the word illness, it had to do with more of a mental or spiritual state, which then later in history, in the etymology of the word, it transposed itself into physical symptoms, which in terms of the things that we can control, a lot of that is our mental. Some of it's physical as well, too, of course, because nutritionally and exercise and so on, this can affect us. This can affect us in terms of our physical. Somebody was just trying to talk to me there, so I'll hurry this up. So this larger social issue that's going on, these schisms, these are natural, right? When you have big changes taking place, paradigm shifts taking place. We've had a huge industrial shift, you might say, into a technological revolution, where information, just like when the printing press came out, there was a lot of people really angry at that. When all of a sudden people could read the Bible, and priest wasn't the only guy who had one. That was a really, really dangerous condition in the minds of some who originally depended on the lockdown that the paradigm had on people. The same thing that happens with any technological shift, where information, it can be distributed without the filter of the mainstream and governments and so on. So this schism is natural. It happens. If we study history, we see this happening. But when the schism happens and it causes all this stress in people's lives, it has a big effect. And people can go completely crazy. But I think what's most important for us to remember is, for each and every one of us, the center of the universe is us. Because think about it, we go that way, anything we see we're always seeing it and sensing it from us, right? So effectively, I mean not in reality, but effectively, the center of the universe is us. So where we got to start to fix that and create a sense of ease in our lives as opposed to a dis-ease in our lives is working on ourselves. And I think it's most important, so important anyways, to work on our physicality, to become as healthy as we can, which demands health of mentality and health of emotionality as well. So they're all working together. And in that state of health, we can have the greatest effect on the world around us. So if that's of any help, please like, subscribe, and share. And once again, Steve here, innergenie.com. Please have a look at my website if you like what I'm doing. And we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.